Today in my lecture, I propose to discuss hereditary entitlement of the ascendants from class 1 years, that is from the Quranic years. Already I have made the point clear that in class 1 there are 12 years. First and foremost are spouses, that is the husband and the widow. In my previous lecture, I have explained the entitlement of the spouses, that is of the husband as well as of the widow of the deceased. What is their share in the property of the deceased spouse, and how the share of the surviving spouse will be determined, what rule will be taken into consideration in order to decide the share of the surviving spouse in the property of the deceased spouse, and how the share to the surviving spouse will be allotted or will be allocated. I have already explained all these points with the help of suitable illustrations and example. Today I propose to discuss the entitlement of other years who are included in the class 1 years, that is in the Quranic class of the years. After spouses, they are ascendants of the deceased, that is father, father's father, that is the true grandfather, then mother and mother's mother. So within the class 1, these four relations who are ascendants of the deceased are given place in the class 1 as class 1 years. Therefore, first of all, I would like to discuss the entitlement of father who is one of the agnatic male ascendant of the deceased as a class 1 year. Dear learner, it must be known that father is not only class 1 year of the deceased, but he is also a primary year, because already I have explained that on the basis of the importance of the relations, years of a deceased Muslim are classified into two broader categories. One is known as primary class of the years and the other is known as secondary class. I have already explained that primary class of the years are supposed to be the closest to the deceased by relation, and being closest to the deceased, they are always entitled to inherit, are never excluded by anyone, and they are spouses, parents, that is father and mother, because parent is a class. From the parent class, only the father, nearest father or the true father, and mother, real mother, is given the status of primary years. Not only therefore, a father and mother of the deceased are always entitled to succeed in the property of the deceased son or daughter, as the case may be. At the same time, father is also mentioned as heir in the class 1. If one goes to check the list or category of the class 1 heirs, their number is 12, and that start from spouses. Next to spouses, father, mother are mentioned as class 1 heirs. Therefore, father is always entitled to inherit, being the primary class of the heir, and he is entitled to inherit on priority, being the class 1 heir. The Holy Quran, that is the source of Muslim law, has assigned 1/6 to the father as his share. As an heir, father enjoys a peculiar position. The peculiarity is due to the fact that though he is a member of class 1, Quranic class heir, but he is, and being a Quranic class of the year, he is entitled to a fixed share which is in fraction, and that is he is entitled to 1/6 as Quranic class of the year. But he is primarily an agnatic heir, residuary class of the year, and being the primarily agnatic or residuary class of the year, he is entitled to take unspecified residue, if any, as a residuary class of the year. It is this dual capacity which makes the position of the father peculiar as compared to the other heirs, and very interesting to study the entitlement of the father under the scheme of the Islamic law of the inheritance. As an heir, father inherits or is entitled to inherit in following 3 capacities. He is entitled to inherit as a Quranic class of the year or as a class 1 year, because he is mentioned as class 1 year also. Therefore, as a Quranic year, father is entitled to inherit. At the same time, under certain circumstances, he is entitled to inherit as an agnatic heir, residuary class of the year only. Sometime, under certain circumstances, father will be entitled to inherit as a Quranic heir only. As a Quranic heir, he will take 1/6, that is the specified share. Or sometime, under certain circumstances, father may be entitled to inherit as an agnatic heir or residuary class of the year only. And when he will be entitled to inherit as a residuary class of the year, then he will take or inherit the entire unspecified residue, that is the property remained, the remainder property after allotting the share to the Quranic class of the years. Whatever will be left, that will be the residue, and the residue will go to this father if he at all is entitled to inherit as an agnatic heir under certain circumstances. There is a third situation. and sometime a father will be entitled to inherit both as Quranic heir, sharer, as well as a residuary class of the heir. Means here there will be a situation whereunder the father will be entitled to succeed the property of the deceased in two capacities, one as a Quranic heir, and as a Quranic heir he will take 1/6. At the same time he will also be entitled to the residue, means after allotting share to the class 1 years, still if anything left, that will be the residue, and being the residue will go to the residuary class, and if there is a father entitled to inherit, he will take the entire residue. In this way, under the scheme of the Muslim law of inheritance, father is entitled to inherit in three capacities. One as a Quranic heir only, other as a residuary heir only, and other Quranic heir as well as the residuary. In both capacity he will be entitled to take the share. Now, very natural question that may arise in the mind of the learners: in what circumstance father will be entitled to inherit as class 1 year, that is as a Quranic year? The circumstances in which the father is permitted to inherit as class 1 year or Quranic year, circumstances in which father is permitted or will be permitted to inherit as a residuary class of the year, or that is as a agnatic year, and in what circumstances father is permitted to inherit in double capacity, that is as a Quranic year he will take 1/6 plus he will be entitled to the residue. So dear learners, the circumstances in which the father is entitled to inherit in one or other capacity is as under, and the rule is there. Rule 1: the father will be entitled to inherit as a class 1 or Quranic year or as a sharer only and as a sharer only he is entitled to take the Quranic share, that is 1/6 of the net estate of a deceased child, meaning thereby rule is, when the father is permitted to take or inherit as class 1 year or as a Quranic year. This is the point. In what circumstance father is permitted to inherit as a Quranic year only? According to the rules of Muslim law of inheritance, a father is permitted to inherit as a class 1 or Quranic year only when there is a male agnatic descendant of the deceased. Again try to understand. Again I repeat. as a sharer, father is entitled to take Quranic share only, that is 1 by 6 of the net estate of the deceased child, but he will be entitled to inherit in the capacity of Quranic year only when the deceased has left behind a male agnatic descendant, that is, the deceased has left behind his son or son's son or son's son, as the case may be of any. Means, if the deceased, say for example, deceased is H, he is a Muslim and he has died leaving behind his either son. In the absence of son, there is a son's son, grandson. In the absence of the son or grandson, there is a great grandson, that is the son's son. Means, if there is any member from the agnatic descendant class, because the descendant is a class, this agnatic male descendant is a class, and from this class if any member is there, along with the father, then father will be entitled to inherit only as a Quranic heir. And since he will be entitled to inherit only in the capacity of Quranic heir, therefore he will be allotted only 1 by 6, because the Holy Quran for every Quranic heir has fixed his or her share in fraction, and for the father the Holy Quran itself has fixed 1 by 6 share out of the property of the deceased, if at all he is in the given circumstance entitled to inherit as a class 1 or as a Quranic class of the year. This is the rule, because already I have told that father inherits in 3 capacities: as a Quranic year 1 by 6, as a residuary, entire unspecified residue, and sometime he may be entitled to inherit as a sharer 1 by 6 plus unspecified residue. When he will be entitled to only 1 by 6 as a Quranic year, rule is that when there is any agnatic male descendant of the deceased along with the father, means H dies leaving behind his father F, and there is also son of the S. Say for example, these are now in this example one will see that in this example H, who is the propositus, owner of the property, he has died, and on his death there are 2 heirs of the deceased. One is the father of the deceased H, and other is the son of the deceased, that is the S. Now here father coexists with the son, means agnatic male ascendant of the deceased coexists with the agnatic male descendant of the deceased. There is a son, and along with the son there is a father. Therefore, in this situation, ladies and gentlemen, the father will be entitled to inherit only as class 1 year as a sharer, as a Quranic year, and as a sharer Quranic year he will take only 1 by 6. In what circumstance father is permitted to inherit as residuary class of the year? Rule is that as a residuary only he takes the entire residue and he will take entire residue when there is no agnatic male or female descendant of the deceased. For example, the deceased has left behind no son, no daughter, no son's son, no son's daughter. Means there is no one from the agnatic descendant class. Agnate is a class, agnatic descendant in a broader sense is a class, and this class may consist all the descendants in the line of the male and in the line of the female. Means it may consist the son of any order, may also consist the son's daughter of any order. Together they constitute a broader category that is known as the ascendant agnatic male agnatic descendant class. So rule is that if there is no member from the agnatic descendant class, that is there is no son, there is no son's son, there is no daughter, there is no son's daughter, so on and so forth in the lower order. In this circumstance, Muslim law allows the father to inherit in the property of the deceased child in the capacity of the agnatic class heir, that is he will be entitled to inherit as a hereditary class of the heir, and he will take the entire residue. I have just given the example. Say for example, suppose H is a Muslim, dies leaving behind his widow, say for example, leaving behind his widow, there is father, there is brother full, there is a sister full. Now in this situation, you will note that widow will be entitled to the maximum share, that is she will be entitled to 1/4 because there is no child of the deceased, and also there is no any agnatic descendant of the deceased. Therefore, widow as a primary class 1 heir will be entitled to succeed the maximum share, and the maximum share prescribed for the widow is 1/4. Therefore, in this situation the widow will take 1/4. Now, father, here father is entitled to inherit in 3 capacities: as a class 1 heir, as a Quranic heir only, he may be entitled to inherit as a residuary only, he may be entitled to inherit as a sharer, Quranic heir, as well as the residuary. Father is entitled to or is permitted to inherit as a class 1 heir and will be entitled to take only 1/6 if there is any agnatic male descendant of the deceased with him. Say for example, there is widow, there is a father, there is a son. Now in this situation, father will be entitled to inherit only as Quranic heir and will take only 1/6, which is prescribed for him as a class 1 heir. But if along with the father there is no any agnatic male or female descendant of the deceased, in that very situation he is permitted to inherit as a residuary class of the heir and he will take the entire residue. For example, H has died leaving behind a widow, his father, his brother full, his sister full. There may be some other persons, but no one is from the agnatic class. There is no son, there is no son's son, there is no daughter, there is no son's daughter. Therefore, here father will be entitled to take the entire residue. He will be entitled to inherit as a residuary class of the heir, and being the residuary class of the heir, whatever will be left after allotting share to the other heirs, he will take the entire residue. Here brother full and sister full, they will be excluded by the father, because father exclude to all the brothers and sisters of all description. This is also the point to be noted that father as a heir is capable to exclude from the scheme of the inheritance all the collaterals, that is the brothers and sisters of all description, that is brother full, sister full, brother consanguine, sister consanguine, brother uterine and sister uterine. These are the 6. This is the description of the brother and sister class. This is a broader class, and therefore entire brother class and sister class will go without any share if there is father along with them. In this example, ladies and gentlemen, there is a father, there is a widow of the deceased, there is a father of the deceased, there is a brother full and brother sister full of the deceased. Father is capable to exclude the brothers and sisters of all descriptions. So, here brother full and sister full will be excluded, will get nothing, and only who is entitled in the given example, that is the widow of the deceased, W will take her own share, and her share in the given example will be the maximum, and maximum for the widow is 1 by 4, therefore widow will take 1 by 4. Now, how much is left residue? 1 minus 1 by 4. Now, 3 by 4 is left as residue, and since here from the residuary class there is only one person, one relation, that is the father, and therefore father here will take the entire residue, that is 3 by 4 will go to the father, 3 by 4 will go to the father, 1 by 4 will go to the widow of the deceased, and in this way entire property is consumed. If you add 1 by 4 plus 3 by 4, now 4 by 4 means the entire property of the deceased has been properly distributed, and nothing is left for any other member of for anyone in this situation, because brother full and sister full they will be completely excluded by the father. So, this is the second capacity in which the father is permitted to succeed the property of his deceased child. Third rule is that in the presence of only female agnatic descendant, for example DSD, he becomes entitled to inherit both as a sharer, Quranic heir, and as a residuary class of the heir. He will take 1 by 6 plus a residue. For example, in example illustration 3 here is, there is a widow, there is a woman W, she dies leaving behind her husband H, her father F, and her a daughter D. Now, the rule 3 says that father is permitted to inherit in dual capacity as a sharer and as a Quranic heir when there is only any agnatic female descendant of the deceased. Means along with the father, if there is a agnatic descendant and agnatic descendant is the female, in this situation father will be entitled to inherit in double capacity, that is as a Quranic heir he will take 1 by 6, as well as he will also be entitled to the entire residue after allotting the share. Whatever property will be left, that will be the residue, and the residue will go to the father. Now, the example is, from the example the point will be more clear. Here in this case W is deceased, that is she is a female. She died leaving behind her husband. So here what will be the entitlement of the husband? I have already explained that husband is entitled to the, surviving spouse is entitled to the maximum or minimum quota of the share. Maximum is 1 by 2 or 1 by 4. Minimum is 1 by 4 or 1 by 8. If the surviving spouse is husband, then his quota maximum share will be 1 by 2. If the surviving spouse is widow, then her maximum share will be 1 by 4. Here in this case, surviving spouse is husband. Husband will be entitled to the maximum share, the minimum share, because there is a child of the deceased. Because rule is that surviving spouse will be entitled to the maximum when there is no child and there is no any agnatic descendant of the deceased, then the surviving spouse will be entitled to the maximum share, maybe 1 by 2 or maybe 1 by 5, it depends upon the presence of the spouse. Now here in this case, since there is a child of the deceased, therefore because of the presence of the child, the surviving spouse will be entitled to the minimum share, and here surviving spouse is husband, and for husband the minimum share is 1 by 4. So husband will take only 1 by 4. Now father, now we have to determine the share of the father, and here in this case father will be entitled to inherit as a sharer 1 by 6 to 1 by 6 he will be entitled. At the same time he will also be entitled to the residue, that is the R. Now means he will be entitled to inherit in double capacity, a reason because there is only agnatic female descendant of the deceased along with the father, therefore father will be entitled to inherit. Now here what will be the value of the D? After allotting share to the D, whatever will be left over, because there are two Quranic here in this case, father will be entitled to inherit as a residuary class of the year. Primarily he is the residuary, therefore he will take the residue, and after allotting share to other Quranic years, still if something is left, that will be the residue and will go to the father. So here after allotting the share to the daughter, because daughter in this example will be entitled to 1 by 2. What is the rule? I will discuss it later on, but here daughter will be entitled to 1 by 2. So 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2 has gone to the class 1 years, that is to the Quranic years. So 1 by 4 is, take the LCM, the LCM will be 4. So 1 plus 2 means 3 by 4 has gone to the not only the 3 by 1 by 4 plus 1 by 6 father has taken, and 1 by 2 has been given to the daughter. So 1 by 6 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2 has already been allotted as a Quranic years to all these three. Therefore here something will be left. So LCM will be taken, and here LCM will be I think 12. So 6 and plus 3 plus 6 means 11 by 12 has gone to the Quranic years, and 1 minus 11 by 12 means 1 by 12 is left still. So this 1 by 12 will also will be the value of the R, and this will be added to the father, will be given to the father. So father will be entitled to 1 by 6 plus 1 by 12, 1 by 12, and in this way the share of the father will be determined when he is entitled to the Quranic class of the in the double capacity as a Quranic year as well as a residuary class of the years.